Welcome back to our channel. Before we dive into yet another fascinating and mysterious stories, I would like to invite you to watch, to like, and subscribe to the channel. Also activate the notification sound. Today, we explore a unique story of Jesus' resurrection, Pontius Pilate's eyewitness report to Caesar. Here's a concise and impactful video, designed to be engaging, informative, and suitable, focusing on the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate regarding Jesus Christus. I told you that Pontius Pilate regretted his role in the death of Jesus long after the crucifixion. What would you say? Did you know that Pilate wrote a letter to the Roman Emperor Tiberius concerning Jesus? A letter discussing his miracles, his trial, his crucifixion, and wait for it, his resurrection. What exactly does this letter say? Pontius Pilate discussing Jesus. What could he have said to the Roman Emperor about the resurrection of the Son of God? Did you also know that the letter contains amazing details about Jesus' appearance not even found in the Gospels? This is what this episode is about, to discuss the content of this letter and what it says about Jesus. Now, I want you to judge for yourself as we read parts of the letter that Pontius Pilate wrote to Caesar about Jesus Christ. Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar, the emperor, greeting. There has appeared in these our days a man of great virtue named Jesus Christ, who is yet living among us and of the Gentiles is accepted as a prophet of truth. But his own disciples call him the Son of God. He raised the dead and cured all manner of diseases. A man of stature, somewhat tall and comely, with a very reverent countenance, such as the beholders may both love and fear. His hair is of the color of a chestnut, full ripe, plain to his ears, whence downward it is more orient and curling and wavering about his shoulders. In the midst of his head is a seam or partition of his hair after the manner of the Nazarites. His forehead plain and very delicate. His face without spot or wrinkle, beautified with a lovely red. His nose and mouth so formed as nothing can be reprehended. His beard thickish in color like his hair, not very long but forked. His look innocent and mature, his eyes grey, clear, and quick. In reproving, he is terrible. In admonishing, courteous and fair-spoken, pleasant in conversation, mixed with gravity. It cannot be remembered that any have seen him laugh, but many have seen him weep, in proportion of body most excellent. His hands and arms most delectable to behold. In speaking, very temperate, modest, and wise, a man for his singular beauty, surpassing the children of men. But at length, the chief priests, moved with envy against him, to take away his life, resorted to me with one accusatorial who betrayed him, and with violence, drew him to me, who, being examined by me concerning the basis of their accusations, answered them with much modesty and with no sign of reluctance, though he was, at times, adorned with great eloquence. I asked him what religion he was, and he replied, O Caesar, I am a king, but my kingdom is not of this world. I then inquired of him if he were a god, and he answered, Thou sayest it, for I am the truth and the life. I am the good shepherd, the door. In the midst of these proceedings, the great tumults of the Jews striving to overthrow him, I ordered that he should be crucified according to their law. And in that very hour that he was crucified, there was darkness over all the world, the sun being darkened at midday, and the stars appearing in their brightness, and the moon, as if turned into blood, failed in her light. The universe being thus darkened, the dead that lay in their graves rose and appeared unto many. When my mind being troubled, I hastened to take water and wash my hands of the blood of this just person, the like of whom hath never been before. As you read this letter, part of the report, one thing that is manifestly noticeable is the great length Pilate went to describe Jesus. Why? The answer is simple. At the time, there were no image-capturing devices, so when describing someone of importance, great care is given to the physical attributes of the person. With this description, Jesus would have been recognized by the reader, in person, or in other reports. The letter continues. Recent events in my province have been of such a character that I thought I would give the details as they have occurred, as I should not be surprised if, in the course of time, they may change the destiny of our nation. For it seems, of late, that the gods have ceased to be propitious. I am almost most ready to say, cursed be the day that I succeeded Valerius Gratus in the government of Judea. It seemed to me, of all conquered cities, Jerusalem was the most difficult to govern. So turbulent were the people that I lived in momentary dread of an insurrection to suppress it. I had but a single centurion and a handful of soldiers. I requested a reinforcement from the prefect of Syria, who informed me that he had scarcely troops. This letter, whether authentic or apocryphal, offers a unique perspective on the figure of Jesus Christ. It provides a detailed description of his appearance, his demeanor, and the events surrounding his crucifixion. It also reflects the turmoil and unrest in Jerusalem during that time. As we reflect on these words, let us consider the profound impact of Jesus' life and teachings. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of history and faith. Until next time, peace be with you. The letter further describes the events surrounding Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate notes that, at the moment of Jesus' death, darkness covered the land. The sun was obscured. At midday, stars appeared in the sky. The moon turned as if into blood. The earth trembled, graves opened. The dead rose and appeared to many. Pilate, witnessing these events, was filled with fear. He washed his hands, declaring himself innocent of Jesus' blood. He called Jesus a just person, unlike any he had encountered before. Pilate's account emphasizes the extraordinary nature of Jesus. His demeanor during the trial was calm and composed. He spoke with wisdom and authority. He claimed his kingdom was not of this world. He referred to himself as the truth and the life. Pilate was struck by Jesus' presence. He described him as surpassing the children of men in beauty. His eyes were clear and quick. His voice was pleasant, yet commanding. He never laughed, but was often seen weeping. Pilate's letter reflects a deep impression left by Jesus. He seemed to recognize something divine in him. Despite this, he yielded to the crowd's demands. He ordered the crucifixion, attempting to maintain order. Yet, he was haunted by the decision. The letter suggests Pilate foresaw the impact of Jesus' death. He feared it would change the destiny of their nation. He lamented his role in the events. He expressed regret for succeeding Valerius Gratus as governor. Jerusalem was a challenging province. The people were turbulent and prone to insurrection. Pilate felt overwhelmed by the situation. He lacked sufficient troops to maintain control. He requested reinforcements from the prefect of Syria, but support was scarce. Pilate's letter offers a unique perspective, that it provides a Roman official's view of Jesus and the crucifixion. It highlights the political and social tensions of the time. It reveals the inner turmoil of a man caught in a pivotal moment. The letter, whether authentic or not, adds depth to the narrative. It complements the gospel accounts with additional details. It portrays Jesus as a figure of immense influence. His presence challenged the existing order. His death marked a turning point in history. Pilate's account underscores the significance of Jesus' life. It invites reflection on the events that shaped the world. As we consider this letter, we are reminded of the profound impact of Jesus' teachings. His message of love, compassion, and truth continues to resonate. Pilate's words serve as a testament to the enduring legacy of Jesus Christ. The letter further describes the events surrounding Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate notes that at the moment of Jesus' death, darkness covered the land. The sun was obscured. At midday, stars appeared in the sky. The moon turned as if into blood. The earth trembled. Graves opened. The dead rose and appeared to many. Pilate, witnessing these events, was filled with fear. He washed his hands, declaring himself innocent of Jesus' blood. He called Jesus a just person, unlike any he had encountered before. Pilate's account emphasizes the extraordinary nature of Jesus. His demeanor during the trial was calm and composed. He spoke with wisdom and authority. He claimed his kingdom was not of this world. He referred to himself as the truth and the life. Pilate was struck by Jesus' presence. He described him as surpassing the children of men in beauty. His eyes were clear and quick. His voice was pleasant, yet commanding. He never laughed, but was often seen weeping. Pilate's letter reflects a deep impression left by Jesus. He seemed to recognize something divine in him. Despite this, he yielded to the crowd's demands. He ordered the crucifixion, attempting to maintain order, yet he was haunted by the decision. The letter suggests Pilate foresaw the impact of Jesus' death. He feared it would change the destiny of their nation. He lamented his role in the events. He expressed regret for succeeding Valerius Gratus as governor. Jerusalem was a challenging province. The people were turbulent and prone to insurrection. Pilate felt overwhelmed by the situation. He lacked sufficient troops to maintain control. He requested reinforcements from the prefect of Syria, but support was scarce. Pilate's letter offers a unique perspective, that it provides a Roman official's view of Jesus and the crucifixion. It highlights the political and social tensions of the time. It reveals the inner turmoil of a man caught in a pivotal moment. The letter, whether authentic or not, adds depth to the narrative. It complements the gospel accounts with additional details. It portrays Jesus as a figure of immense influence. His presence challenged the existing order. His death marked a turning point in history. Pilate's account underscores the significance of Jesus' life. It invites reflection on the events that shaped the world. As we consider this letter, we are reminded of the profound impact of Jesus' teachings. His message of love, compassion, and truth continues to resonate. Pilate's words serve as a testament to the enduring legacy of Jesus Christ. Pilate's letter continues with vivid descriptions. He portrays Jesus as a man of remarkable presence. His words carried weight, resonating with those who heard him. Pilate notes the profound impact Jesus had on the people. Crowds gathered to hear his teachings. Many were moved by his message of love and compassion. Pilate observed the envy of the religious leaders. They felt threatened by Jesus' influence. Their fear led them to seek his death. Pilate, despite his reservations, acquiesced to their demands. He describes the trial as unjust. Jesus remained composed, answering questions with wisdom. Pilate found no fault in him yet. Political pressure forced his hand. He feared unrest among the populace. Pilate's internal conflict is evident. He struggled with the decision to condemn an innocent man. The letter reveals his remorse. He acknowledges the injustice of the crucifixion. Pilate refers to Jesus as the just man. He expresses regret for his role in the events. The letter serves as a testament to his inner turmoil. Pilate's account provides a unique perspective. It offers insight into the political and social dynamics of the time. The letter, though its authenticity is debated, adds depth to the narrative. It complements the gospel accounts with additional details. It portrays Jesus as a figure of immense influence. His presence challenged the existing order. His death marked a turning point in history. Pilate's account underscores the significance of Jesus' life. It invites reflection on the events that shaped the world. As we consider this letter, we are reminded of the profound impact of Jesus' teachings. His message of love, compassion, and truth continues to resonate. Pilate's words serve as a testament to the enduring legacy of Jesus Christ. The more you read, the more you realize this isn't just a Roman governor reporting to his emperor. It feels personal. It feels personal. It feels like a confession. Pilate wasn't just writing facts, he was writing what he couldn't forget. Jesus didn't resist, he didn't beg, he didn't curse the people, nailing him to the cross. He looked at the mourned, forgave them. Pilate saw that dot, and it shook him. When he said, "I am innocent of the blood of this just man," he wasn't just performing a ritual, he was desperate, haunted. Because he knew Jesus was innocent, and not just innocently sacred, otherworldly. Pilate saw how nature itself responded. The skies turned black at noon. The earth shook beneath them. The temple veil tore in two. It wasn't just coincidence. It wasn't just weather. Pilate knew something cosmic had happened, and then reports started coming in. The tomb empty, the soldiers terrified. They couldn't explain it. They said the stone rolled away by itself. They saw light, at being not of this world. The priests paid them to lie, to say the disciples stole the body, but Pilate knew better. He had Jesus watched. He posted guards, he sealed the tomb. It was no trick. Something had happened, something Rome couldn't explain, and Pilate couldn't sleep. He couldn't forget the look in Jesus' eyes. The calm, the sorrow, the knowing. This letter to Caesar, it's more than a report, it's the voice of a man who stood face to face with eternity and flinched. He tried to wash his hands, but the guilt stayed. The memory stayed. What do you, Dohan? You've condemned God. What do you, Dauhan, the one you sent today arises from the dead? Pilate didn't just describe a man, he described a phenomenon. He called him beautiful. Not in flattery, but in awe, a beauty that silenced a courtroom, that softened the hearts of the cruel, that brought tears to the eyes of soldiers. He saw Jesus beaten but still standing, mocker but still noble, bleeding but still majestic, and now Pilate was writing it all down because Rome needed to know, because Caesar had to hear it, because some truths can't be buried, not even in a tomb. Pilate's letter might be the only record of Jesus outside. The Gospelstadt dares to describe him in full, not just what he did, but what he looked like, how he moved, how he made people feel. Because in those days, without cameras, if someone mattered a Jew described them in detail, and Jesus mattered, the color of his hair, the depth of his eyes, the grace of his speech. This wasn't just a prophet, not to Pilate, not to the guards, not to the crowds, who watched the sky turn black. Pilate had seen too many men, leaders, rebels, criminals, but never like this. Jesus didn't die like a man. He died like someone letting go of something eternal. And Pilate couldn't unsee it. He couldn't undo it, so he wrote. He wrote to Caesar, he wrote with trembling hands. Because maybe he needed forgiveness. And so we reach the final Linisoph, a letter written by a Roman man, who stood face to face with the son of God and didn't know what to do. Pontius Pilate was no prophet, no priest, just a man with power and pressure. And in his greatest moment of decision, he washed his hands, but not his soul. Yet, even through regret, his words live on. Not as a defense, but as a confession. He saw Jesus, he heard him, he sentenced him, and maybe, just maybe, he believed him. Pilate's letter does more than record history. It reminds us of something deeper, that truth isn't always comfortable, that sometimes we recognize the divinity late. But in this story, the end wasn't the cross, it wasn't the tomb, it was life, resurrected, eternal, victorious. That's the Jesus Pilate saw, and that's the Jesus still speaking today, to the doubters, to the curious, to the broken. To the ones who wonder if it's too late to believe. It's not, because the man Pilate crucified is the man who forgives. He died not to condemn the world, but to save it. And maybe that's what Pilate finally understood. Maybe this letter was his way of saying so. The question now is not what Pilate saw but what you see, and what you'll do with it, because the story isn't over, it never was, and neither are you. Maybe that's why this letter matters so much, because it shows you a steed can move even in the halls of empire, even in a Roman court, even in the heart of the man who signed the crucifixion. Order that. This isn't just Pilate's story, it's ours. How many of Ushav looked truth in the face and walked away? How many of Ushav carried regrets wishing we could undo something, said, we did, we allowed, but this is the hope of the gospel. The hope Pilate might have glimpsed, even if only in the echo of that empty tomb, that mercy runs deeper than mistakes, that love outlives judgment, that the cross wasn't the end, it was the beginning. A beginning for the thief on the cross, a beginning for Mary in the garden, a beginning for Peter, broken but restored. A beginning even for Pilate and Mabia. Beginning for you. Because Jesus didn't just rise, he still reaches. Not to accuse you, not to condemn, but to call your name. The same voice that calmed storm still whispers through this story. Come home, it's not too late, you are not too far. If a Roman governor in the chaos of politics and fear could see Jesus for who he wastened, maybe just maybe, so can you.